Hey, yo, what's good, what's good, what's good? Welcome to Reflections of a DJ, the R.O.A.D podcast presented by DJ City and Beat Source. I'm one of your hosts, DJ Crooked. We got Jamie the Great in the building.
Yeah.
Big shout out to Never Forever.
We got VA's finest, one of the most notorious ghostwriters, one of the best writers in hip hop, definitely.
Yeah.
And he's been working hard this year, man. He's been busy. We're really happy he's here. Skillz, what's good, man?
What's up, man? How are you?
You was spinning last night?
Yeah, I was here for Usher.
Usher's after
for the
party.
Usher after party last night.
Yeah.
The first night was last night. Tomorrow I got tomorrow, and then I got Saturday, and I fly back Sunday. So yeah.
Our listeners don't even know, but we talk for like 45 minutes to an hour before we even record.
Yeah.
We just talking shit.
Right.
Steady
Shit that
talking
you'll never know about.
At this point, y'all are the homies. So you know what I mean? Y'all gonna find out shit. I'm like, word, that happened?
Yeah.
Or you know what I mean? I'm gonna tell you type shit that I probably wouldn't say. But yeah, man.
It's funny, we talk about rap shit and then we like bitch about DJ shit.
Yeah.
And then we
Yes.
Yo, you was bitching about your phase and shit last night. Man.
Yeah.
I was like, man, this is like some real DJ
Yeah,
nerd
some
shit
real
he's
shit.
talking
Yeah,
about.
very nerdy.
You carry the Rev 7s with you?
I brought one to Vegas with me.
Knowing that something might happen.
Because I always have a backup. You know what I'm saying? I always
That's
have
a
a backup.
big ass backup, dog.
I always have a backup. But I got a case for it, you know what I'm saying? It's got wheels and shit. So yeah, I got it. Yeah.
I feel like that's some real old school OG shit.
Yeah.
I don't have to take it, but here's my thing. I hate DJing handicap because the crowd doesn't care.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So if I ever get to a venue and the left fucking channel on the mixer is bleeding, nobody cares.
Nobody cares.
You know what I'm saying? So I can't do what it is that I came to do the way that I want to do it. So I would rather always have a backup. It's almost like when I do weddings, bro. When I do a wedding, I take the music, 2 laptops, it's an iPad. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end, imagine me being in the mountains in a wedding and I got to play this song when the bride comes out and my shit something happens.
That's true.
Nobody cares. Where the music can come off my phone, bro.
Yeah.
Through a Bluetooth. She doesn't care. But me saying, yeah,
We can't do
my
it.
Serato is crashed. What does that mean to a bride?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I just paid you $8 to DJ my wedding. My husband said you're amazing. What do you mean you can't play this? You know what I mean? So I always bring backups.
Shit.
Yeah.
That's smart though. That's like the
Even if
easy
you bring
shit.
a small baby controller, bro, like
Yeah.
what you
gotta-
just practice with on the plane,
But-
have something.
But it's
Damn,
fun-
you practice on the plane?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
you
Y'all
don't break
practice?
out the Rev 7 on a plane.
I don't break out.
Yeah.
No, I got the little Hercules, the little.
Yo, like you're crazy. Bringing out the Rev 7 on a plane.
Yeah, can you imagine?
That's
Yeah.
wild. That would be funny.
But
as fuck.
I do practice on the plane. I'm the type of person, bro. If I think of a transition or an idea,
Yeah.
Just write it down.
I write it down. But if I have the tools to do it right in front of me, I want to see if it works.
Yeah, shout out to Skillz for practicing on the
I'm the complete opposite. I have an idea and I just forget the shit.
Yeah.
I hate that, bro. But just from bro, my notes in my phone it's 4,000 notes like between songs.
But you love that. You're
Yeah.
so meticulous with that shit.
Yeah.
You just showed me this song, the Golden Girls song. That is crazy.
Thank you, man.
Yeah. So wait, this Golden Girls song, you posted it. You were literally naming every female name that's ever been mentioned in hip hop songs
Yes, from the golden era.
from the Golden.
So
era.
like Bonita Applebaum and Renee and Sally,
Roxanne,
you know what I mean?
Right.
So I named them all in one song.
even Sadie
Yeah,
from Nothing But
got
the
the
G Thing.
got the mackin' on a trick named Sadie, a gin and juice.
Gin and Juice. That's what it
Yeah.
was. That's
Yeah.
crazy. And then I like the comments. People were like, "You didn't mention Tatiana. You didn't
Yeah,
mention
you didn't mention Waukesha. I'm like, yeah, 'cause they didn't come out in the golden era.
I was
Nobody
like, what
putting-
about the 3 Kims and Cookie from the ice cream parlor?
First of all, if I would have put the names of DMX's girls, that would have been
That's a whole verse.
that's a whole nother song.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But Roxanne, those are names that you remember. If you came up in a hip hop era and you've been around 50 years of it, you know Bonita Applebaum. You know
But
what I'm saying?
where did that idea come from? Like, you love just like researching and then just putting.
No,
shit
this
together,
one,
right?
this one actually came from somebody else. I was at a radio station, and what's so crazy. This is a fun fact about this song. I'm gonna tell you in a second. But I was at a radio station, and one of my homies, his name is DJ Fonts. Shout out to DJ Fonts. He was a DJ back then. He's now like the program director at the station in Virginia, down there where Pharrell and them are from. He's in like Virginia Beach. And we were talking, and he was like, "Yo, man, I was gonna try the rap thing for a minute, but I'm not. But I had an idea You know what I mean? I'm never going to be a rapper, but I just figured somebody as clever as you might be able to do something with this. And I was like, okay, well, what is it? You know what I'm saying? And he handed me a piece of paper.
Damn.
He gave me a piece of paper, and I opened a piece of paper, and I look at it, and it has every female name that's ever been mentioned in a hip hop song up until that point.
I didn't know you had a ghostwriter skills.
He gave me the idea. He just gave me the words.
He gave you the cliff notes.
Right. So he was like, yo, I don't know if you'll ever do anything with this, but I just know I won't. You know
So
what
he
I mean?
took the time to research all that shit.
Bro, every Sally, Roxanne, Bonita Applebum, Renee, LaToya, they were all a trick named Sadie. You know what I mean? They were all in this list. And I put it in my wallet and kept it for like years.
Shit.
And then one day, I was like, I got a beat. And I was like, oh shit, this might work.
Well, the
for
Roots
that.
did this, right?
Yeah, the Roots did the actual track, which is actually them at Jimmy Fallon, and they're recording Weird Al Yankovic as he's playing accordion as a joke. They just thought like it was dope. We got Weird Al Yankovic on Jimmy Fallon, and like we're gonna have him do accordion.
What year was this?
I can't remember, but it was, bro, this was easily 10 years ago,
Over 10 years ago, man.
and I just had it in my wallet.
Was it the Tonight Show or the one before that?
It might have been late night.
So that's between 2009 to 2000.
So, and I took that beat, rapped over, and I played it for Amir, and he was
Wait, they played it for you or they made it for you?
No, they recorded it into Pro Tools. They just were recording it as a gag. Like, yo, we got Weird Al.
Well,
up
how did
here.
you get your hands on it?
I was up there.
Oh.
And I told the engineer, I was like, yo, let me get a copy of that just so I could just have it.
Damn.
I always had it. And then I rapped over it and I sent it to Amir, and he was like, yo, this is genius. And this was, the crazy part is, bro, I just put that song out. I put that video out a few weeks ago, but nobody knows that the song was 12 years old.
Shit.
The video is new. The song is 12 years old. I just reworked it. And when I put it out, bro, like, it was like it went over so many people's heads. It was like, I'm like, yo, I mentioned every female ever in a hip hop song. They were like, oh, cool.
Oh, but it's so perfect for this
For
year.
this year,
For the
50 years of
50th
hip-hop.
anniversary of hip hop.
Yeah, you was in beating Trinidad
Yeah.
James in 2012. You were not beating that.
So
I'll go with everything.
I put it out again with a video, with a visual, and it went viral.
Yeah. It's
Crazy.
it's fucking nasty.
Thank you,
The video's dope.
Thank you. What I've learned about, and I've been able to do this most of my career, is when you put out something and DJs hit you up, like, yo, I need a clean version of this.
Yeah.
Like, you don't have to do the work. You know what I'm saying? So that's what used to happen with the wrap ups. Like, people would just go, I need the clean version. So that's why I stopped even cursing in the wrap up. So I'm like, yo, bro, pull it off of
YouTube,
SoundCloud,
yeah.
pull it off of YouTube, whatever. Like, or I would just have a link.
Yeah.
But when you put out a record and people hit you up for it,
Yeah.
that's when you know you're on to something. You know what I mean? So
And especially a DJ, if they love it enough, they'll make a clean version.
hell
of it.
yeah. With the technology we got now, it's like, yo, just send it to me, bro. I cleaned up myself. I'm going on the air tonight. I got to play that tonight.
Because the DJ wants the exclusive.
Right.
Yeah, they want to play it no matter what.
Yeah, I used to deal with that with the wrap up all the time.
You don't miss the wrap up. You made an epic wrap up this year.
Oh,
You brought it back.
BET.
The BET Hip Hop Awards.
Not just the BET Awards.
Oh, it was the BET Awards.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the BET Awards. That wasn't the hip hop.
The Hip Hop Awards just happened. My
That
bad.
just happened.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was the BET Awards.
Yes, this
Oh,
June.
shoot, yo,
Which was
like
crazy.
I got like goosebumps when you were on stage.
Wow.
No, because it was just like it was like
First, that's your boy. You're like, oh shit, he's up there.
yeah. But it was dramatic, and he was
Yeah.
going through the shit, and it was like, oh shit, it was like the perfect intro for what was gonna happen with all the legends coming out and
Yeah.
everything.
It was probably one of the most stressful weeks
Yeah, you told me it was a short
of my life.
short
Really?
term notice.
Bro, short term notice.
Wait, how much notice was it?
A week?
A week.
You told me like 10 days a week.
At 10 days. And here's the thing. When I tracked it, I did it. I was like, I just threw it together like a sketch of an idea, and I did it over the Maybach Music 3 instrumental. It was never intended to be over that. So when I get to the awards, they're like, yeah, let's just do it to that. And I'm like, yeah, nah. I thought the band would just play something. I wanted it to be more spoken word than rap.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And
Like an acapella.
Yeah.
Everyone could hear the words,
yeah.
And
they were like, yeah, nah, it's just no band, so we're just gonna do it like this. And I was like, what you mean? And they kept saying like, and they kept saying like, no, just do it. Can you do it to this? This sounds amazing. Like you can fuck around and get an Emmy for this. This is dope. Like this is amazing. And they're like, is there a reason you don't want to do it over the Rick Ross instrument? Is there something we don't know about with you and Ross? I was like, nah, I'm a Ross fan. I love that beat.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Like, and they were like, okay, well, I think we should just do it over that. And I didn't want to because it kept me at a time.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like I wanted to just say it. I didn't want to rap it.
Yeah, you want to make it like a speech.
And it fucked me up because after I went back and looked at it, I was like, damn, I really just got 2.5 minutes a cappella at the BET Awards. That's a hell of a thing. You know what I'm saying? Like that doesn't happen. I was
dope,
super
man.
nervous.
You were.
What?
Bro, you've done so much shit.
Who was in front of you?
Busta and his whole family. Understand at rehearsal, bro.
Yeah.
It's of course they put it on a teleprompter or whatever.
Yeah.
But in my mind, I was like, yeah, you still got to memorize it. Like I don't trust the teleprompter chick. The teleprompter starts running and she has Grandmaster Herc and Cool Flash, and I was like, who the fuck put that up there? So I go and I sit down with her and I'm like, yo, no, it's Africa Bambaataa. It's
You had to retype the shit?
bro.
Oh my God.
Because I'm like, she doesn't know.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I never wanted I wanted to incorporate the crowd into it.
That's like when we be like talking about like hip hop history, and then this motherfucker has to write the notes and send it. He's misspelling everybody's fucking
I
name.
fuck up names. And shit.
Yeah. So,
I mean,
all that
that's so
stuff.
to them, bro.
yeah. So to actually have her get it wrong, I was like, yeah, she's not, and there's no disrespect to her. I was just like, she's not of the culture enough to know this.
Right.
I can't risk that. So when I came out, I remember starting it, and when I said, I said she was born, she had 3 fathers, Bambaataa, Flash, and Kool Herc. I heard Busta say facts. I could hear him. He was sitting right in front of me. And from that point on, for the rest of it, I just spit it to Busta.
Yeah.
It was almost like being in a cipher when when one dude is like vibing with you, he listening, and you like, I'm gonna just
You feed off of that energy.
I fed off that energy.
It's
so
like
shout out to Busta
DJing.
Rhymes.
It's like DJing. When you see one crowd, just even if it's a little group of like 3 or 4 girls,
They're wilding out.
it's contagious.
Yes, it's like I'm gonna rock with y'all because
Right.
y'all already rocking with me. Busta, I heard Busta say, because Busta's voice is big, it's loud. Facts, and I was like, so shout to Busta Rhymes, man. I don't even think he knows how much he helped me in that moment, but. Thank
like
God for him.
The tiniest little bit of encouragement.
One word,
right?
Facts. And I was off to the races from there.
This is a good year for like OGs and icons.
Yeah, man.
And legends such as yourself. It's like a new appreciation for everyone that really devoted and sacrificed a lot for hip hop.
Yeah, everybody's working.
But like now's the time to eat, right?
Yeah.
It's like we got to eat this year, right?
Hurry up before they take it away.
Because I'm not saying nobody, but the phone might not ring as much in the 51st year
Right.
Yeah.
of hip hop. You know what I'm saying? So to see everybody working and to even just to call up certain people and like, yo, I'm trying to get you for a show. They're like, yo, I'm booked, Skillz. I'm in Europe. I'm in songs, and you're like, damn, that's dope. You know what I'm saying? Like people that might not get that chance all these years, and the publishing goes up, the songs get played more. You know what I mean? Well, for the people who own the publishing.
You've been seeing your publishing going up a little bit?
I mean, I wasn't writing, the message and fucking, songs like that. But I'm definitely happy to see those people get their just due, man, because it's time.
It's funny because like now I'm seeing like there's been such an appreciation for like all this old throwback, like old school classics hip hop.
Right.
Even the 90s and 2000s been hitting. And it's just like everyone's just constantly talking about how hip hop is dying though.
Right.
But there's this like new appreciation for like old school and the classics and all these legends.
Yeah.
But like hip hop is dying. Like the new music is dying.
The new music is not doing as well as the older music.
So it's like we're seeing like ticket sales, like we're seeing tours getting canceled, but then we're seeing these artists we haven't seen perform in 30 years selling out.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's weird. Like, have you been noticing this shit?
Yeah. Not that I go to any of those shows of those artists, because I got to be a fan in order to, and you having 1 song or 2 songs is not enough for me to go. First of all, it's not even enough for you to get in the arena. You know what I mean? But I like artists that have catalogs and things that I can remember and, connect with moments. So the new artists, man, like, and I seen the, the stories that, they're not selling as much. And
you saw that Juicy J video?
Yeah, where he was saying
40% of sales or streams are down.
Yeah.
Which is a lot.
That's almost half.
Yeah.
Wait, are yours publishing stuff going down too?
I mean,
are your checks a little?
Some of your ghostwriter.
I was fortunate
This is
enough.
not pocket watches. It's me carrying us
we're talking about ghostwriter skills.
Yeah.
I was
Ghostwriter
fortunate
skills.
enough to have written records when CDs were selling.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
yeah.
So, you know what I mean? And some of those songs, the sync money now is probably way more than
Wait, explain that a little bit.
What's the sync money?
sync. Okay, so let's say me, you, and Crooked wrote a song.
Okay.
Right? And we wrote the song for this artist, and she actually got a little deal or whatever, and it popped off, and it's people like it, right? Mm-hmm. As this girl goes to these different places outside of radio and outside of DJs, let's say she's doing Good Morning America, and she's performing the song that we wrote. They have to pay us, so you got to sign off on it. I got to sign off on it, and Crooked has to sign off on it that it's okay for this song to get performed on Good Morning America, even though it's her song. Mm-hmm. They still have to clear it. So once that comes across, we'll get money from the song being on a TV show, the song being in a commercial, you know what I mean? Right. And those things, over time they add up. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So you can have the right song and it gets synced, and shit, man, you can make way more money than you would make just selling it, because nobody's really buying it. They're just streaming it. You know what I mean? So in order for it to be in this Visa commercial, somebody has to get some money, or it's in this episode of Insecure. We get paid for that. And if the budget is $50,000, then we split in $50,000 3 ways.
That's not bad.
But then if it's like a hit show, if it's like a big Netflix series, and it's getting streamed, it's like the top 10 Netflix series,
you get paid.
You're getting paid for every.
Has any of the songs you wrote been in movies?
Of course.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you get checks from like Netflix and all that shit?
Yeah, that's what we're talking about.
Yeah.
But there's a difference. Like, is there a difference?
You got the master side, you have the publishing side.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You got, but they got to clear it. I have with me, with my particular songs, this is going to sound crazy, but I don't care what it's in. If you're paying me to put my song into what it is.
So you never decline, you're just approving it.
My sync person knows they don't even have to hit me up and say, hey, we just got a request or so. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Approve.
Even if it's like a Trump campaign rally or some shit?
Approve. Approve. Because certain artists, like maybe somebody like Stevie Wonder, they might be like, he's like, yeah, I don't want my song in a cigarette commercial. I don't want it in a beer commercial.
They're like, every penny counts, son.
Approve. Approve.
Is that rare, or is that a lot of artists, they just don't give a fuck? Like,
these money. Kids now, they don't care. It's always about the bag to them. But somebody like back in the day, like might have a like, oh, I don't want my song promoting anything of that nature.
Was that something you learned from Timbaland and Missy, or was that just you were like, fuck?
Nah, that's just learning. I brought a book by Kashif a long time ago called Everything You Need to Know About the Music Business, and I recommend anybody should buy that book if they're trying to make money, because a lot of those stipulations and those laws are still the same. You know what I'm saying? Even with streaming, those laws are still the same. So get that book, man, and check it out for all the new artists, because it explains everything in layman terms, to where like somebody that's like, okay, I don't know what predatory is, and like it breaks it down in a way that the most simplest mind could understand.
It's almost like made to be confusing.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so it's made to get you.
Yeah. So like you have to pay motherfuckers to like kind of just handle the shit, because you don't want to handle that.
Yeah, and you might not even have the know-how to do it.
Yeah,
because I was just looking at who posted it. I want to say this producer named Symbolic 1 S1, and he had posted that he had just got out of his publishing deal, and he was in his publishing deal. Don't give me the line, I could be wrong, but he was saying, I just got out of my publishing deal last Sunday. I've been in my publishing deal for 15 years, because what they do is, let's say we do a song and Nicki Minaj takes it and it blows up, right? And we don't have a publishing deal as a producer. Let's just say we're the R.O.A.D production team. And somebody might come to us like, yo, yeah, this Nicki Minaj song y'all got is blowing up. Like, we want to do a pub deal with y'all. We can get y'all in the studio with more artists, with different artists, different producers. But right now, this song that y'all got is generating some money. So we gonna get that money, but it's gonna be a while from now before we get it if we don't do this deal. So what happens is, they give you a deal. They find these young kids. They dangle this money in front of them, and it's like, yo, I got this $250,000 for you for a 3-song, 4-song deal, 10-song deal. You know what I mean? You're like, yeah, I'm hot right now. I know I'm gonna get 10 songs off. You know what I'm saying? And then you take this 250. So you take this 250, and then they put all these stipulations into it where, oh shit, I'm not gonna get that back. So you like only got to do 10 songs, and then you find out, okay, well, we did this Nicki Minaj song, but we did the beat and it's no sample. So all 3 of us say we got 10% of the song apiece.
Right.
So they're like, yeah, 10% is only 30, so that doesn't equal a whole song. You need 100% of a song before you can get, and you're like, fuck.
Oh wow.
So
Damn,
it was people
bro.
in the comments being producers like Hit Boy, like bro, Hit Boy was like, I'm still not out of my shit, and I have 400 placements.
Wow.
I have 400 songs, and there was another producer. He was saying, yeah, I signed the shit, and then once I did it, they told me, yeah, gospel and indie doesn't count.
Damn.
Like it has to be on a major label,
Top charting.
or I don't, you know what I'm saying? So you got to think, if I only own 10% of the song, I got to make 10 of these motherfuckers equal one song.
Because typically, how long does it take to get your publishing off of any record?
Like 6 months.
6 months.
6 to 7 months.
So let's say like you're a young producer or any producer at all, and you got a hit record. You basically broke for like a year.
Yeah,
like
a
6
good
months
year.
to a year.
Damn.
That's why these publishing companies come to you and they're like, yo, we
I'll give you the money now.
We want to invest in you. But really what they want is they want a piece of your shit.
They dangle that carrot in front of you, and if you don't have no money,
So they say, we'll give you, instead of you waiting for money later, we're going to give you money now. We'll give you, we'll give you $50K right now if you sign with us.
Man,
so a lot of motherfuckers sign.
and we're going to get you in the studio with whoop-de-whoop and da-da-da-da-da.
Yeah.
And then none of that comes to fruition.
They'd be
better
like,
go work at McDonald's
yo,
and
they'd be like, yo, well, you just work with Nicki Minaj. Like, yo, we can get Ice Spice. We can get all these people.
That's crazy, bro.
But
That's how they get you, bro. And bro, I looked at that post and was reading those comments from those producers, and I was like, how the fuck is Hit Boy still in a situation? Hit Boy, niggas in Paris should have you out of any publishing that you ever, like, off the rip.
And if not that, sicko mode.
Right. Sicko mode and niggas in Paris alone.
Yeah.
Anything after us, I don't owe none of y'all motherfuckers. But I don't know what kind of deal he signed, but he was transparent enough. He was like, bro, I got 400 placements and I just got out of my shit. He did 6 Nas albums.
Damn.
He just got out of his shit. It's insane,
his
bro.
deal must have been crazy.
Had to be.
But he started young as shit. He probably didn't have the
proper knowledge, proper people around you. You know what I'm saying?
I think he did Paris when he was 21?
Yeah.
22?
Yeah. He was super young when he did it.
Yeah, that's a almost 14-year-old record.
That record rang off, bro. He was in a publishing deal for 15 years.
That shit is crazy.
Have you ever had to do something like that with like
I never signed a publishing deal.
Ghostwriting deal, nothing.
Nope. And even if I did do a ghostwriting thing and it was brown paper bag money, I knew what it was. You know what I'm saying?
But no one ever came to you and said like, let's work something out.
I mean, a couple people tried, but it wasn't. They couldn't dangle the carrot in front of me saying, you know, you're not gonna get that money till next summer. We could pay you now. I'm like, I could, but I'm cool. I can wait till next summer.
Yeah, like I'm gonna flip these burgers till like.
You know what I'm saying? I could wait till next summer. I'm all right. You know what I'm saying?
But it's good to be behind the scenes because you don't need to floss.
Yes.
You don't need to
I don't have to live up to the expectations of that.
Right.
I did that in the 90s. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I'm past that. I bought all of the dumb shit in the 90s.
What's the dumbest shit you ever bought?
Fucking, oh man, like a fucking.
I don't think it's
You
never looked like the person to be.
I never was a jewelry dude. I was always a watch guy. You know what I'm saying?
Even now, you're not wrong. You're wearing a Casio.
It's because it reminds me of the fucking 90s.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But bro, like watches, fucking cars. That phone's like $5,000. I brought like a
A phone that's $5,000.
It was like a
Like an international joint.
yeah, but it was like it was like encased in like these crystals and shit. It was some Jacoby looking shit. Like I think I saw Pharrell with one.
Oh, of course.
Oh my
And I
God.
was like, yeah, I'm getting that phone.
Isn't it worse though having like rich ass friends?
Well, especially
Oh my
Pharrell.
God.
Bro, he's been wearing Richie Mills for the past 20 years.
I mean, out the gate.
Yeah, and them
So,
shits are like $600,000 to $700,000
Yeah.
alone.
I would never now.
Yeah.
I would never.
Yeah, because I talked to some of these DJs. Remember we talked to Dre Sinatra?
Oh, yeah,
and he's
yeah.
like he's the DJ for Ty Dolla $ign.
Okay.
And you know these motherfuckers is just fly all the time.
Yeah.
And they just like I'm like, yo, you feel like you got to keep up with these? Like I don't feel the need to keep up with nobody.
Right.
I don't give a shit.
Oh, no.
You know what I'm
Once
saying?
you get to a certain age and a certain level in your life, you really don't feel like you gotta prove it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Well, I thought the most beautiful thing in New York, right? This was the dopest shit in nightlife in New York. The bummier I looked, the more ill it was. Cause like, no, this is the shit.
Right.
In New York, like I would look bummy. Like I would roll out of bed and like whatever t-shirt I was sleeping in, I would just put on jeans and I would just go out. And then I would go to the hottest club because I would DJ.
Damn,
I was DJing
Kanye-
all the hottest shit.
Kanye stole your whole
They would
look.
just let me in, and I would look like a straight ass bum. But they were like, "Yo, Crooked, what's up?" And then all these like Wall Street
Yeah.
motherfuckers and all these celebs outside were like, "Who the fuck is
This guy? Who's this
Asian
bummy
bum
dude?"
you just let in?"
right.
So
How the
for
fuck
me,
did he get in here?
that was the biggest flex. Like,
Yeah.
it was like you were almost like corny if you just overdressed and like had all this flash.
I used to see AM in some fucking wrinkled ass jeans, some fucking ill ass dunks, and a Fat Boys t-shirt.
yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Or a Mary J. Blige. What's the 411 wrinkled up fucking
Yeah.
t-shirt?
I mean, he was known for that.
Some vintage shit.
vintage
But he
shit.
never looked like, and we knew AM was getting it. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? But he never looked like he was
The most
getting
expensive thing he had on was the Rolex and then whatever shoe he was wearing.
it. Right.
And it was some
But also
rare
he had his little chain. He had his little dog.
No,
He had
no,
a dog tag.
dog
He got the
tag
dog tag
with the diamonds on the shit.
Bro,
you
how much
know?
is really a dog tag?
Right,
Like,
back
come
then,
on, bro.
everybody had them. You know what I mean?
I didn't have that shit.
I had a dog tag, but
Never had that shit.
Yeah. Oh, yeah,
I never had
iced
dog
out
tags.
one.
I never had.
But
had
imagine
dog
being
tags.
friends with Pharrell, and Pharrell shows up with all like this BBC shit. Like, come on, bro.
Yeah, it's different.
Were you seeing like Pharrell, Missy, and Tim, like all the VA like homies like this year because it was just like
I haven't seen them. I talked to Missy, you know, because we lost Magoo earlier this year.
yeah.
Rest in
Magoo.
peace to Magoo. So me and her talked, yeah, man, I missed P in Miami. At a session I got to, and I think they were in there earlier that day, and then I checked and he wasn't there or whatever. But yeah, nah, man, and you know Tim is running around still. You know,
Yeah.
Tim.
But I mean, it must be like good this year. You get to see so many faces and so many like homies and like peers.
Yeah, man. You
throughout
know,
the
it's
year.
always good to be able to see your friends and know where y'all came from.
Yeah, yeah.
And they still successful. You know what I'm saying?
I was seeing some of the behind the scenes at like the BET Awards. Everyone just like talking like backstage, and
It's like a high school reunion.
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like running into your friends you haven't seen in forever. So it's always dope, man.
But
Always
and
good
the
time.
crazy thing is like out of every industry, I would think everyone in hip hop looks good.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, bro.
right?
Yeah.
Like motherfuckers
We
still
age
look
pretty
good.
well.
Like, yeah.
You know, we age pretty well. So like I tell these people like at our age, man, if you were able to remember writing graffiti in your notebook or whatever, or fucking or breakdancing, and you're still able to post a picture to Instagram, like you kind of got the best of both worlds.
Oh,
You were there
yeah,
for
bro.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, oh yeah, I was there for Saturday morning cartoons, but I'm also here for this social media.
But we were
fucking-
here before the internet and after the internet.
Yes.
That's crazy.
You know what I'm saying? So, and just to think about our childhood, man, and how, you know, the shit you can't get away with now that we did. Like,
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, no,
bro,
bro.
in the summer, bro, I would get up and leave my house at like 11 in the morning on my bike, and I wouldn't fucking come back till it got dark.
Yep.
My mom had no clue where the fuck I
But
was.
what were you doing?
Right. You know what I'm saying? That, nigga, you
Dude.
can't do that shit now. Like,
Bro, I'm 34. My mom has my location of where I'm at all times.
Nah, relax. That's crazy.
No, yeah, safety measures, bro. What the fuck? Yeah.
nah, I get it, bro. I understand it.
I'm just impressed that your mom knows how to find your location.
Yeah, she knows how
My
to
mom doesn't know how
where's
to
she
do
at?
any of that shit.
Yeah, my mom knows everything. So I'm like, before when we were kids, like graffiti and Krylon spraying, like,
Yeah.
nah, bro, she didn't know what the fuck I was. She just knew I was on the mongoose running around the fucking neighborhood.
Yeah.
Yo, so you've been like busy. Your BET Awards, you released a track, The Golden Girls, and you even did an event in New York, right? It was like the Hip Hop to Infinity.
Yeah, the museum partner. I partnered with Nas.
What was it? What was that about?
It's like an interactive hip hop museum. If you've ever, I seen one of these shows around here. If you ever seen like the Van Gogh exhibit, where you can actually go in and see Van Gogh's art, and moves, and you hear music and you hear poetry along with it. It's almost like that. It's an immersive hip hop experience called Hip Hop Till Infinity, where it starts at the beginning of hip hop and it goes up into the digital age.
Right.
And I narrated it.
Oh,
and
shit.
So it ran in New York at Hall D Luminaires, I think I'm saying that right, in the Lower East Side. It ran there right around the time that they were doing the Hip Hop 50 at Yankee Stadium. I think the next stop is L.A. I want to say it comes to L.A.
Oh, so it's coming to L.A.
Yeah, it goes to L.A. in November for like a month. And then it goes all around the world in the country for like the next 3 years.
Oh, wow.
So it's like an exhibit where, I went one time and it was weird because I was in there and I had never seen it. I did it. I did my recording. I recorded my parts and I did it, but I'd never seen the whole thing. I wanted to just go in and see it. And I went in and saw it, and there was a family there. And I want to say they were from like Germany or something. And it looks like that thing, like if a family from Germany comes to New York for their summer vacation and their son is just into hip hop. And they're like, okay, we're going to take him to the museum.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I'm in there and they're looking at me on this big ass 30-foot screen. And the kid recognized, he's like, is that you? And I'm like, yeah. And he's like, hip hop. You know what I mean? And I'm like, yeah. And he's like, his parents asked, they had no clue who I was or what I had done. They just knew I was the guy narrating this thing that their son loved. And I took pictures with him and everything. And I was just there to see it myself because I hadn't seen it. And I hit Peter from Masterpiece like, bro, like, this is crazy. Like, y'all are really onto something. It's made by this French company called Super BN, B-I-E-N, Super BN. And they're real big in what do they call it? MIDI mapping and moving, projections and all that, huge projections, like the people that go
like
and
interactive 3D.
Yeah, they go and change the statue to the color of, you know what I mean, or they light up the fucking top of the fucking Empire State or whatever. And yeah, it's super dope. I got to shout out Nas and Peter and all the people over there in Mass Appeal for helping me include it. But it turned out dope.
It's got to feel good that like people are calling you to get involved with all of this stuff.
Yeah.
Because I also see like there's motherfuckers that didn't get any calls at all for any of this shit. And I was kind of talking to somebody. I'm like, that motherfucker must have been like really difficult. Like, and everyone knows how difficult they are.
Or what you represent and the way that you do what you do makes sense for their brand. So when BET called me to do the 50-year hip hop recap, I was like, oh, okay. Because who the fuck else was you gonna call? You know what I mean? Like, to do that and make it dope and make it that, not gossipy, not tea, not shade. Like that shit only gets you so far. You know what I mean? Like, you're not going to the White House from doing that. You know what I mean? So it's like, oh, no, I'm gonna call the guy.
There's only one guy.
Right.
Well, it's also like you're such a master of the craft and you focus on the craft.
Yeah.
And where other people are just kind of like, how do I stay relevant?
Right. And I'm like, I could never do that. You know what I'm saying? Like when we were talking off air earlier, like, you know, like imagine me coming here 6 months from now and fucking the R.O.A.D podcast is just, y'all are just talking about current events. Like it's not even no DJ shit no more. It's just like, yeah, man, you know, fucking, you know what I mean? I heard Kim Kardashian has a new boyfriend now. He's like, what the fuck does that have to do with DJing? It's like, I even with my podcast, Hip Hop Confessions, I'm gonna talk what I know. I know hip hop. I love hip hop. I'm not about to turn into Wendy Williams for clicks.
Right.
Because I still gotta go outside. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to be that guy. Like, oh, bro, he's just sitting on a couch talking about current events and shit. Why the fuck is Skillz sitting down talking about Blueface and Krishan? Like, I'm never doing that.
But you're the face of like, to me, of like elegant hip hop.
Thank you.
Oh, that's a real good term.
Like classy hip hop that has aged well, and you're still putting into the craft, especially like what you did for Jay-Z when he got inducted, like the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. What you did, that was just so elegant. It was just it's such a good look for hip hop. You know what I mean?
And bro, you got to understand. And not that I need to remind anybody, but you're talking to a guy who put out a song every year talking about everybody else.
Yep.
You know what I mean? But even in doing the wrap ups when I was doing them, it was current events, it was gossip, it was tea, but I was never in a place where it was like the shit really happened. I didn't go and this was my feeling about it. Oh, your album is trash. Nobody likes you anymore. It wasn't that.
You were reporting.
I was reporting. Whatever you did, I just happened to say, and so did this. Y'all remember? And it's like, oh shit, that did happen.
But tastefully done.
Tastefully.
He might have said, that was crazy.
Right, yo, that was crazy.
Yeah.
And like, even when we talked about it, like I told you, the only time anybody ever fucking came to me was like Floyd. You know what I mean? And I was just like, oh shit, like he might not have liked that. But you did do the wrestling match, Floyd.
Right.
I didn't do that. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, Floyd is kind of scary.
Yeah, and he had 4, you know what I mean, big motherfuckers with him. But out of 20 years, and even when he approached me, he was like, I was just fucking with you, dog. You know what I mean? Like,
chill, champ.
I was scared as fuck.
Really?
But yeah.
Bro, you ever seen Floyd Mayweather with his fucking bodyguards? They're the size of this fucking ceiling, dog.
Insane.
I'm just hoping someone got some with a camera out so I could just like.
Yeah, that was.
You know?
I would have been a meme, bro. You know the white guy in the meme where he's like the white guy that goes like,
yeah.
That would have been me, like easily.
People stay trying to make you a meme though. Like
Yeah,
people
they
that,
do.
yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've seen that, Kirk. People that look like him and they meme him and they make fun of him and shit like that. He's like, y'all really think it's me, motherfuckers? But some of them really do.
Yeah, sometimes you got to, you even got to laugh at it yourself. You know what I mean? Like,
My favorite one is when he's like, I don't know if he's eating like nuts or peaches.
Watermelon.
Watermelon.
It's
And
watermelon.
And he's doing this like,
Wow.
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 That's the best one.
Because
That's the best
people
one.
know it's a recurring joke to me. Like when it comes up, it's just that wow.
Wow.
Eating,
But you have that laugh at the end, like,
and it was a true moment. Like, you know what I mean? Like somebody sent me a picture like, this guy looks like you. And I was like, wow.
you know, I was actually impressed with you this year because you actually dropped an EP.
Yeah.
Who would have thought?
I rapped again.
Who would have thought?
I mean-
and sang.
Yeah, I saw. Wait, let me say, you did some auto-tune shit.
Yeah, of course. Of course.
Bro, that's how he writes the hits.
No, but like, what came over you this year that you wanted to, like?
So I have a friend, my homeboy, and he's super talented. His name is Gavin Williams.
Gavin Williams,
Super talented producer,
writer,
songwriter, rapper. And we're always working on stuff together. Me and him had did Black Men Don't Cheat. We did a couple other songs together, and he's probably one of the last producers that I can just remember being around. And it's like every time he hit the space bar, bro, it inspires me. Like he'll hit the space bar and I hear some shit. I'm like, bro, this shit make me want to bar a motherfucker up. You know what I mean? Like
it's like the beats on this EP are just like They're just like, they're not boom bap. They're like sample, sample heavy, and you're just flowing on it. And it's just that, those beats that are in the right pocket. It's like a little bit between 80 and 90 around there, where like they could play with different cadences and flows.
It gives you space,
right,
as an artist.
Yeah.
And Gavin, and we had these songs. We had been sitting on them for a while, and I was like, we should do something. We should put something out. And I initially started the idea, and then he would always say like, man, you ain't gonna do nothing with that shit. You gonna just sit on them songs. You gonna try to sell them. Da, da, da. I was like, nah, man, maybe one day we'll put them out. So he was always in my ear about it, and I actually was like, all right, we're gonna drop this Bop God shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's put it out. Let's figure it out.
Where did that name come from, Bop God?
It was me, him, and another friend of ours named Harold Lilly, who's probably one of the biggest songwriters from Virginia. His name is Harold Lilly. He wrote You Don't Know My Name, Alicia Keys. Harold, he's worked with Janet. He wrote Unpredictable for Jamie Foxx. And we all grew up together. And he was part of it too. And we was like, every time we get together, it's a bop. Like, it's always a bop. So I came up with the name Bop Gods, and it was a couple other people in the studio like, I don't know, because that shit sound kind of corny. I was like, all right, cool. If y'all think it's whack, then I'm definitely going with it. You know what I mean? Because I'm in the studio with cats that are still trying to gravitate towards the younger audience and the younger.
They want to call it like the knuckle god.
Yeah.
Right, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, Skillz, it should be, you know what I'm saying, little feet boys or some shit. And I'm like, yeah, no, I'm not doing that. So the name stuck.
A little beat.
Yeah, the name stuck. And you know, I already had a built-in fan base with the brunch crew and all of that. So I was like, let's just drop a quick little EP or whatever. And with me, I always have ideas. We had a song called Devontae and Dalvin. And a couple other records, and there's one record where I'm singing on
Dance With Me.
I
was shocked.
Which sounds like a fucking, you know, it reminds me of an old fucking Neptunes.
It was like your sexual seduction.
Yes, yes. And the crazy part is for me, bro, like for me, it's like anytime I make a song, I already have ideas for it. So I got ideas for how we're going to shoot videos. I want to say, we got a song called On My Mama.
Yeah,
and I want to shoot a video like that, but I want it to be like Jingling Baby, like with LL in the fucking house with the yellow hat and the green pants and shit. And then it's another Dance With Me. I'm gonna shoot a video for that, but I want that to be like an old Gap Band video. Like, remember the Gap Band used to wear the metallic cowboy hats and the fucking tassels on their clothes and shit? I want to shoot a video like that.
Are you gonna be wearing the tassels?
Yes, because I know nobody else is gonna do that.
you just having fun.
I'm just having fun, bro.
One of my favorite videos you have is In a Minute.
That's the last time I shot a video
That was such a good fun
and had
video.
a fun time. You know what I'm saying? I
never
dressed
seen
up
that
like the
creative.
Whispers.
Yeah, and
And
he has an afro, and then all his buddies have afros.
It was a pop smash. That was, if I'd have gave that to Bruno, bro, that was Bruno 24 karat 2 years before they did it.
Yeah.
Everybody, you look at the YouTube comments and people go, yo, like, you really fucking, you walk so Bruno could fly. Like, this is crazy. It's the
You
same
gotta watch the
vibe.
In a Minute.
It's the same vibe. Harold wrote that song.
So when you did like Dance With Me, and then what were you trying to do? Just revisit these old R&B vibes?
Because
bring it
Gavin had wrote the song initially, and there was a couple words and cadences that I changed, and I automatically, I told him, I was like, yo, we should shoot the video like this, because you know in 2023, like, you gotta have a video for a song. Like, you don't have a song if you don't have a video. So I like to give people the visual when I get the song, so you're never able to separate it. Like with you In a Minute, like every time you hear In a Minute, you're gonna think of me in the fucking afro dress like the Whispers.
Snapping.
You know what I'm saying? I choreographed that shit, bro. Like, but I like having fun with music, and I think that's missing. So Dance With Me I was like, this sounds like some old Justin shit with the Neptunes, and I was like, all right, if we don't sell this shit. Because at first I was like, if motherfuckers let me get away with singing on In a Minute, like, y'all in trouble, because I'm going to auto-tune y'all to fuck up, and I'm going to turn into, I have a group in my head that I'm a part of, and it's called Nodeci. Like,
Nodeci?
I'm the lead singer of Nodeci.
You gonna notice me.
Right. That's dope. I might do that.
Take it,
That's
bro.
a song title. Thank you. But yeah, man, because I'm like, if y'all let all these other motherfuckers get away with singing and they can't sing, then fuck it. Y'all let Kanye go. Y'all let Kanye go. Kanye can't sing to save his fucking life, and y'all let him do a whole album. So yeah, nah. I'm harmonizing and everything. And like I told y'all earlier when we was talking about other shit, I'm like, bro, I'm using everything that technology has given me to make this shit better. I don't give a fuck if it's like, oh yeah, why would he use that? Because it's right here.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't I?
Have you used auto-tune before? Or is this
Not in rapping.
No.
Not on rap. Because
This
I
is
don't
your-
need it.
this is your
Just
first
singing.
time.
You know, I used it on In a Minute. And when I did it on In a Minute, people were like, this shit sounds good. And I'm like,
Wait, you used it In a Minute?
I'm singing on In a Minute. It's
no, but not auto-tune.
yes.
Really?
Yes.
Oh.
Light.
No, it's very
not
light.
not heavy T-Pain.
No, it's
but it's so
very light.
common now. So I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna just sing because
he had it on like a level 4.
yeah, level 4
Level
out of
4.
like fucking 20.
Yeah, but Dance With Me was on like level 8 or 9.
Yeah, Dance With Me was up.
It was in the whole
Dance With Me was
song.
up.
He told the engineer like turn that shit up a
Yeah,
little bit.
bro.
Bro,
leave it there.
when I hear myself without auto-tune, I'm like, yeah, no, change
no.
that shit. I don't ever want to hear myself without.
Yeah, because in the studio you can kind of lay like you can layer like your real vocals with the auto tune and have it just be like a bigger bass that carries the melody with you. But
And
on
it's
this
like,
one-
I'm never gonna have to sing that shit live.
Who knows?
And let me shut up. Let me not fucking be at the Super Bowl next year, fucking singing in auto-tune. Y'all gonna get
Usher.
wow.
Jesus.
Yeah, the crazy shit about it is just like anything that's like R&B or melodic now is just I feel like it just stands out so much.
Yeah.
It's just like, especially now, I was having this conversation and we were kind of talking about R&B. I was in a studio in LA. I don't mean to name drop, but
Name drop. Go ahead, get it off, baby.
Let's do it.
I was with
Go ahead.
I was with like J. Cole.
Oh!
Name one. Name one. Let's go.
I was,
Cold World.
I was with Boss, right?
Ooh,
Boss.
I was with,
Name drop 2.
I was with Eve, right?
Eve.
I was with the Hamad brothers.
Presidente.
Momo was there from Everyday People.
Just dropping names.
That's it. I'm not gonna go on. That's it.
You sure?
Jesus, that's a big room.
Yeah.
They were recording some shit, and I was like, hey, I had no business being in
What are
there.
you doing in there?
DJing in the corner, not writing down transitions.
Telling Cole, hey Cole, you might want to try this out.
No, me and Mo were like eating. He's like, yo, we're gonna go to the studio. He didn't tell me nothing. So he's like, I was like, yeah, I'll fucking roll with you. We go to the studio and there's like Aftermath like on all the equipment. So I was like, oh shit, this is like Aftermath Studios. So the rumor is that Dre used to own that, or no. Dre used to own it. He sold it to No ID. And then I think Dre missed that studio.
He bought it
back. I think No ID was like, yo, I'm done. Like, you know, I'm leaving. And then Dre, and so there was Aftermath everywhere. So I was thinking like were they recording Death Row shit here or like Aftermath?
The
shit
Death
here?
Row shit was at the Solar building.
That's the
which
one
is-
that Ali owns now.
I think no, Diane Warren owns that now.
Oh, okay.
It's right across the street from the spot called The Room where they used to do Cherry Poppin' Wednesdays.
But there's a lot of history in that room.
Yeah.
I'm sure they definitely recorded some 50.
Yeah, I'm sure. 50
yeah.
Some Eminem
game
shit in there.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, some game shit definitely.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're in the studio and then we were just talking about music and we were like, you know, someone was saying that like Afro beats is popping right now. You know, I'm a piano and Afro beats is popping right now because it's actually the new R&B.
Yeah.
It's actually carrying over where R&B left off.
Yeah. No, you're right.
You know, and it was like it has the melodies. They're actually singing about heartbreak. They're singing about love.
Yeah.
You know, they're singing about togetherness,
Yep.
like unity. Whereas like R&B now is almost like fuck these dudes and fuck these bitches.
Yeah, it's toxic. Like
It's
a motherfucker.
toxic, right?
Yeah.
So then we were like, when we had this conversation, and the whole time we're talking about this in my head, I'm like, I need to bring this up for the podcast with the right guest.
Okay.
And I was like, Skillz is the right guest to bring this up with.
Okay.
So I was like, when did R&B change from love, from Keisha Cole love? When did it change to fuck these bitches? Or more so specifically, when did it become petty to be like, oh, you don't want me? Fuck you bitches then.
Right.
Which is different from like, fuck these like dirty ass hoes. That's different, right? Fuck these scandalous ass shorties.
Yeah.
Or fuck these like, ain't no.
I don't got no love for y'all
Right.
motherfuckers. Yeah.
That's different from like, oh, you don't want me? Fuck you.
Right.
Like, go fuck yourself kind of shit. And we
Damn.
do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Where it was like very, very petty
Yeah. And blatant.
and blatant. And we were kind of discussing, and we kind of thought that the artist that started that shit, and we could be wrong, but that's why I want to have a conversation with you,
Okay.
was Chris Brown. And when he came out with Deuces.
Wow.
Crazy, right? Because they were
Chucking
saying
up the deuces. Yeah.
chucking up the deuces, because if you listen to the lyrics, right?
Yeah.
Oh, this cool shit is for the birds, right?
Yeah.
And then
Deuces.
yeah, so it was like they were saying, some of the younger motherfuckers were saying that was the first time they would like go into shorties and be like, what? Deuces.
Yeah.
Like fuck
Yeah,
you.
definitely carried over.
Like fuck y'all.
Yeah.
Like you ain't gonna give me your number? Fuck y'all, deuces. Like fuck you.
When did that come out? 2011?
Yeah, like around the
Around then,
2010s. And I was
Yeah.
kind of like, yo, like when
I'm trying to think of anything that happened before that, but I can't.
you can't, right? And
Yeah,
then
I'm not
and then
landing
what
on it.
happened? And what happened right after that?
Oh, they jumped
Chris
out
Brown
the window.
Chris Brown dropped Loyal. These
was
hoes ain't
2014.
loyal. And it was like the first time we were actually like singing like really like these chicks ain't loyal. And it
Because it was a different fuck these bitches then,
Right.
because it wasn't surrounded around motherfuckers that was always like fuck these bitches. So it wasn't like when I met you last night, baby. He was surrounded by 8 motherfuckers that was all like fuck these hoes, we don't love these hoes. So Nate had no choice because he wasn't singing about love anyway. But to go from singing about love and then, you know, yo, and what's poppin' shorty and all of this and who run it, and then fucking
But it was almost like that the R&B artists always separate themselves from hip hop.
Yeah.
Right? Like hip hop is always fuck these shorties.
Yeah.
But R&B is like, nah, like you gonna come
over
to
here.
me. I'll show you how I love you. I'll show you what real
I'll show
love
you what
is.
real love is.
But then there was like this cross. There was like, wait, who's a hip hop artist and who's an R&B artist?
Because it started meshing.
It started meshing. So then the Chris Brown like artists were the first R&B artists that were like, nah, I'm gonna have that hip hop energy.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna make R&B songs with hip hop energy.
And even though people
Right?
were doing hip hop sampling and this, that, and the third, and they were taking break beats and, you know, Touch Me, Tease Me by Case or whatever, it was still love.
Right.
It wasn't fuck you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I remember hearing a song, it was August Alsina.
Oh.
And I remember listening to the first verse and the hook of the song, who's probably very heavily influenced by Chris Brown. And it was, you can come over here late at night. We gonna fuck on the floor. Cause I'm not even putting you in my bed, bitch. Like, we fucking on the floor. We gonna spark up. We gonna smoke something. And then you gonna have to leave because I'm not the type of nigga you want to fall in love with. That was the premise of the song.
That was the R&B song.
That was an R&B song. And Nicki Minaj was on that song. I remember it.
You know who I'm thinking came up before that? I want to say with The Weeknd. I think The Weeknd's
Was he
first.
singing like that though?
Yeah.
You know,
You don't want to fall in love with a like me.
Right.
Yeah.
no, but you know, I had a conversation with Jamie about this, and you brought up Drake.
I thought, but now that
Drake was emotional.
no Drake.
No, but he was also on some like,
Well, Drake came out with "Take Care." You know, the "Shot for Me" song is first I made you who you are, then I made it, and all. And he was just shitting on his ex girls.
Yeah.
who's the king of petty.
Mad King
Oh
of Petty.
God, yes.
But
I love it though.
Yeah, I love it too. but he came out November 2011 with "Take Care." Deuces came out January of 2011. So,
Yeah.
but let me look when The Weeknd dropped, because The Weeknd was shitting on women for
See,
sure.
I never really listened to Weeknd like that.
No,
outside
The
of Drake
Weeknd was
records.
yeah, he was shitting on.
Well,
Damn.
I really think it was like the new R&B and the new rappers who were like crossing the line of R&B and rap, and then they just mixed these songs, these like an R&B
Yeah.
delivery with like hip hop content.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it became this thing like these hoes ain't loyal. It was like, damn, this is an R&B song. It sounded like a hip hop song.
Right.
Right?
It sounded like some shit too short with rap over.
It said, I remember when I was DJing, I was like, I don't know if these girls are gonna sing this shit.
Right.
That's when I was like, are these girls gonna sing this shit or are they
they
gonna
s-
get mad at it?
They sang the fuck out of
They
it.
sang the fuck out of it.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with The Weeknd. The Weeknd, Wicked.
You think
Games.
it's Weekend before
When did he
Chris?
drop?
He dropped
09?
no 2010.
But what
Late
was the
2010.
song? What was the song you think?
I mean, that first, the House of Balloons he was shitting on women.
Right.
But did that, what on that album rung off like Deuces? Because I don't remember anything.
Wicked Games.
Okay.
I left my girl at home.
Okay,
That
yeah.
joint.
Yeah, you sound like Nodeci right now. Sing it again. Go ahead.
Yeah, I could be the member.
Yeah, like listen, listen. You don't have to be able to sing to be in this group.
I'll be
Trust me.
I'll be the Latin sensation.
That'd be like the new Chromeo.
yeah. It had to definitely be that. I'm
Okay.
gonna go with that,
But you know, it's
Chris
all the
Brown's
same era.
right there.
It's the same era.
Yeah.
It's the same fucking
6
year.
months apart.
yeah,
which
which
is
is top
nothing.
of 2011.
And if you think about it,
Something happened in 2011 to these gentlemen.
no, I'm telling you, it's the birth of trap R&B, kind of like around
Trap
there.
and B.
Trap.
Was
and B.
Trey Songz shitting on women in some of his first albums?
Nah, Trey Songz was in love.
Yeah, because when he did, I forget the first album that he dropped in 2009.
Yeah, my homeboy wrote that song. Just gotta make it.
Yeah, so nah.
If
He
anything,
wasn't.
I mean,
And I don't think Drake was shitting on women on So Far Gone
Nah, he wasn't.
or Thank Me Later. So Take Care was the first pettiness from him. Yeah, it's either
At
Chris
that
Brown
point, he was
or
a
The
star,
Weeknd.
so he felt like he could.
but it was like that era, like that, the beginning of 2010s, right?
2011.
The early 2010s, and then the women started talking they shit. They're like, we're not gonna take this.
No, they
shit.
came later though.
But they did come later.
Way
but
later.
SZA was one.
SZA was spicy.
SZA was one of the first, right?
Yeah.
When did SZA come out? That was 2000.
She's been out since like 2015, 2016.
No, but I'm talking about that album with
That album-
Supermodel and
The
like,
control,
yeah,
joint?
control, yeah.
shit.
That has to be 2017. Let me double check.
Because that's when she was like, "Nah, I'm fucking dudes on
That's
the side."
2017,
When she's like, "I'm okay being a weekend shorty."
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
that was like crazy at that time.
My man is your man.
Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy.
But that was when shorties was clapping back a little bit.
Yeah, that's just crazy. You could just get on the record and say that. But I mean, you can get on the record and say whatever the fuck you want.
Yeah, but it's hip hop though. I mean,
is it?
I mean, it's R&B. The R&B should be love songs and.
But then every singer started like coming out after that, like
Yeah.
Janae Aiko, Summer Walker, like everyone just started following that energy.
Wait, when did Janae
even
drop?
like I mean every
Because when Janae dropped, bro, I was like, she's gonna be the female Drake. That's what I thought.
And Sellout, the one.
I thought when I heard the worst,
yeah, that shit.
I was like, she's gonna be the female
when did
Drake.
that come out? Whenever that came out,
Was that 09?
2013?
Wow.
Sellout,
13.
Yeah, that's when she signed to No ID, and the shit went crazy for half the.
Yeah.
that's when they were clapping back though.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was definitely different, man. R&B is, it's the I don't know, man. It's different now. It's like it's nowhere near.
But
what
everyone
it
misses
was.
it.
Yeah.
And that's why like all these throwbacks are so big and all these R&B throwback parties are so big.
Not only that, I don't know if you guys heard the new Diddy album, but that shit is
Of course, I heard
amazing.
the new Diddy album.
See, relax, you probably wrote it.
What?
But that shit is amazing.
That was
Yeah.
Right.
that was such a low key.
Nah,
What you think? I didn't hear the album.
Nah,
Fucking made that album.
I never said that. I never said that. I would neither confirm or deny. I never said
I
that.
know I heard your voice somewhere in there.
I love that. I love that album.
It's a great
Yeah,
album.
it's a great album, but it's about love, R&B love.
Because we need to get back to that.
And it sound like top to bottom. The album was
Sound, sonically.
Sonically.
Yeah, it sounds
There's a
amazing.
reason why like Cuff It is like one of the bigger songs that we're still playing in the
Yeah.
club right
from
now.
Beyonce. Yeah,
That whole album from Beyonce. There's
Yeah.
a lot of
Yeah, it's
that
joints you
R&B
can still
joints
get
that
on.
we can still
I played last night. I fucking played Energy into Cuff It,
Even-
and I wait till it gets to the everybody on mute, and then
you hold it.
I feel like you know what I mean. It's a perfect segue.
Yeah.
I love that music.
No. That and Heat, like everyone's
Yeah.
missing that. And if they can just come back to that.
I don't know if these kids care enough to want to be in love or sing again or whatever. I don't know. Because there is no.
They do because that's why they're singing all these old songs at the parties now.
They definitely singing old songs at the party.
You would know you're the one throwing those parties.
Yeah, I'm
with your
90s
90s
girl
girl brunch.
Listen,
You know?
Listen, I knew that 90s R&B was special in the 90s.
Yeah.
So those songs stand the test of time. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I've never seen, the staying power of the Mary J. Bliges and the Faiths. You know what I'm saying? And the Tony Braxtons. Like those songs are worldwide.
Mm-hmm.
So for people to go back and sing them and they still ring off, man. I know if I'm doing a party, I know off the top, as soon as I drop, boom, 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 boom. As soon as I see real love, I know where I can go from there. If y'all singing that shit, or if you're not, are they almost singing it or are they singing it to the top of their lungs? That first real love, I always drop the beat, and right then I know, all right, well, I know we going from here or where we're not going. You know what I'm saying? So as soon as Biggie fucking raps, you getting a dead stop and I'm going to fucking Waka Flocka, no hands and no shit. Am I going there? But I know like that's an indicator in DJing for me. I already know from real love.
Yeah, I mean, it's like it's so crazy. Like even we were talking about all this new music that came out, like the new Drake album, the Doja Cat album.
Yes, she
Gunna's
was rapping her
album.
ass off on that album.
She
That's
is
good.
Oh, you like Doja Cat?
Yo, Doja was rapping her ass off on that album. She
Yeah.
could rap.
People
I
are
didn't know
saying
she
she's
could-
the female Kendrick. So
I didn't know she could rap that well. Bro, she was in some pockets.
So you was impressed?
I was impressed.
Wow.
And I like Doja Cat. I liked her pop shit. You know what I'm saying? I remember I loved the Say So record.
Say
I
So
loved
record.
that record. You know what I'm saying? And I knew that, Luke had did that record. And but it just was such a good pop record. But I didn't know she could rap like that. She was insane.
So you feeling this energy, what she's doing on this album?
I don't know about the antics that are going on around it. I just liked her rap, and if I just put the CD in, I mean, listen to the album and streamed it, and listen to them bars and how she was in those pockets and those hooks.
Right.
Dope. When I kind of see what the visual of what she's trying to give out, I'm kind of I ain't tapping in with that.
The antics is too much.
The antics might be a little too much, but the music is good.
If she didn't do the antics, the music would have been just fine.
She surprised me on a lot of those records.
Yeah.
The way she juggles like yelling and then doing like that soft Nicki.
Yep.
Like I'm a baby girl like Demons.
Yep.
Where she just juggles, you know.
Yeah.
I was very impressed with that. With those joints, you know what I'm saying?
Very talented. Shout out Doja Cat.
But it's like all of those records, like all these albums are good. Like even the Drake, I ran through it and I was like, this is a good album.
Yeah.
But I'm not rushing to play any of that shit in the club.
And I saw the feedback on social media. A lot of people are not feeling the record. They're like, this is not a Drake record.
I think because he called it For All My Dogs. And
you think the name,
the title alone, I remember. I mean, of course, I went to the first track because it said Virginia Beach. I was like, oh shit.
He's like, he's dissing my boy.
You know what I mean? I went to go listen to it, and it was nothing about.
You ready to text Pusha like? Hey.
No, I wasn't. I just wanted to hear it, just like anybody else. I wanted to hear it. You know what I mean? I love bars. I love hearing motherfuckers shots or whatever compete. So I think the title threw a lot of people off. They was like, "Oh, Drake's rapping again. He's about to bar it up," and I didn't hear that.
It took me a while to go through the album though because it was like so many songs. I was just like, I don't want to go through this shit.
I couldn't do it in one sitting.
Yeah,
you know.
And you never say that though about Drake. Usually, everyone sits down through the Drake album, listens to top to bottom.
I can't remember the last album that I listened to, and then heard it, and then went back to it.
For Drake?
No, just for any artist.
It's been a while.
You know what? I know I did. The last album I still listen to, and it still sounds just as good as when I first listened to it. Is Kendrick, Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers.
You like that album?
The second one?
I love that album. No, the last one.
The last one.
Oh, Mr. Morale. Sorry,
Mr. Morale
I was
and the Big
thinking
Steppers.
the butterfly one.
Yeah, I love that album.
Really?
Because it was just such a vulnerable state. I never heard nobody do that. But Kendrick is always doing shit I never heard nobody do.
I mean, that whole song with him rapping and arguing with his chick the whole time.
Oh, my God.
That shit was fucking amazing.
You guys like that?
That shit was dope.
Really?
That shit was dope.
He's a hater. He's a hater.
Like, bro, I listened to that album, and I remember I was driving from Virginia to like North Carolina. And I listened to it in like one setting, and I was like, damn, this motherfucker's crazy. Like, he's very vulnerable. And then I went to see the show. I went to see the Kendrick show, and I was floored. Because I was like, he's got to be the best of his generation. Because nobody's saying he isn't. You know what I'm saying? Like, nobody's competing with him in this era, and him being as vulnerable as he was, because you just wasn't used to hearing that. But that fucking show,
I heard that show was crazy,
bro. It was like visual art. I seen Prince and I saw Mike. That Kendrick show was top 5 shows to me.
Really?
Yes, and I'm speaking from an OG Unk standpoint. I seen some of the greats. That show was what happens when you give somebody with that creative of a mind an unlimited budget. That's like if somebody was like, well, yo, I wanted to fucking snow in the arena, bro. I want fucking snow in the arena.
The best
and
show
they go, I bet.
The show I've ever seen like that kept me like that was Yeezus. The Yeezus tour. I don't know if you guys went to Kanye.
I never saw Kanye.
I think
that's my top performance art, as you would say. They were snowing in there. That's how crazy that was.
That was the most beautiful hip hop show I've ever seen in my life.
That shit was crazy.
So you didn't see Kendrick's show?
No.
Go on Amazon.
Yeah.
And just look at it.
Oh,
it's still on Amazon. Okay. The last show that they did in Paris, they broadcasted it live on Amazon. It might be.
Is he performing strictly that album?
No,
he's doing everything.
He's running through the things.
Okay.
He's running through all of the things.
Because the thing is, the way you're talking about Mr. Morale album, it makes me want to go back and listen to it. But I know if I go back and listen to it, I'll be like, I don't hear what Skillz is hearing.
Yeah,
right now.
I definitely
feel like you're hearing it from a writing perspective.
No, as a fan. As a fan,
but
because in the instances of the things that he was doing and the timing that when he did them, I was always like, nobody's doing this.
Bro, Father Time is a crazy record. Father Time, he's talking about.
This is the problem with Kendrick to me. I feel like Kendrick is good. It's nutritious. It's healthy. It's like necessary, but it's like drinking medicine. It's musically, it's like drinking medicine. Like I have to force it down my throat.
Right.
Do you know what I'm saying? Pause.
Right. Wait,
but you know what I mean? It's not. It's not like enjoyable. It's like I'm really just like I have to take this medicine right now, and it's like I appreciate the medicine, but it's like, yo, if I don't have to take that shit, I'd rather not take the shit.
So did you listen to?
I did listen to
Mr. Morale.
That's the thing was that with Kendrick, I will force myself to listen to.
Okay,
this shit.
just so you could be in the know.
Well, no, just because I want to hear what he's doing.
Right.
So I kind of know what he's doing, but if I was like in the room, I would say like, can we try another way?
Right, I got you.
Do you know what I'm saying? Where it's a little bit more palatable and it's a little bit more musical and it's not like performance art.
Because
sometimes I think he just gets caught up in, it becomes performance art.
I just believe that everything he's doing and everything he's done, he's always wanted to do. He probably just didn't have the resources to do it. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But to see him come out on stage, do that album, and with a white glove on, and nobody said shit about the glove.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like, do you know how bold you got to be?
And he's wearing
to
like
do shows and have on a white glitter glove, and nobody ever goes, "Motherfucker, you think you Michael or something?" Nobody never said that.
Yeah, nobody.
Some motherfucker said that probably.
I never saw it nowhere.
I didn't see that either. Now that you bring
I never saw it nowhere.
People were pissed with him when he had the thorn crown on. He was at like a fucking.
He probably had more controversy for the thorn crown than he did for the white glove. Nobody said nothing. He went on tour. Every night he was on stage with a white glove.
He was.
Glitter.
Now that
and nobody said shit.
I think the outfit was all Mike.
The jacket looked like, and it looked like he was basically saying, "Nah, motherfucker, I'm the closest to that in hip hop, and ain't nobody gonna say shit."
You remember that? I don't know if you've seen this, Cricket.
It was Captain Crunch Mike jacket, right? It was though, right?
You're right though.
It had the tassels on that shit too, right?
Wow.
It was like Captain.
No, I really enjoyed that album.
He went to his designer and said, I need to capture the Captain Crunch Michael for this show, yo. The way you talk about Kendrick is the way I look more and more at Cole, J. Cole.
Okay.
So to me, Cole lyrically so consistent. He makes me, you know, like when Dave Chappelle's on, you see a Dave Chappelle show, you're like, I gotta watch that.
Yeah, no matter what.
It's like, you know, you're gonna learn something or you're gonna like hear something dope and like experience something amazing. That's how I feel about a Cole verse. A Kendrick verse, I'm like, I get the excitement and then I hear it and I'm just like, oof. Like, I see what you was trying to do, but I feel like it was just a little,
right.
You know, like,
I got you.
You know what I mean?
It ain't for everybody.
Here's this is the way I see it now. And I grew up, these three dudes came out when I was in college and I saw them come up from the bottom to now. Cole is the better rapper of the three between Drake, Kendrick, and Cole. Kendrick is the better artist to make an album, and then Drake is the better artist.
Star.
Yeah,
he's the pop star.
He's the bigger artist and the best artist of all three. So each one, rapping wise though, if you want to talk about MC and all that shit, Cole's putting.
If you want to talk about MC, if you want to talk about MCing and rapping wise, in my day, the three dudes you just named would be regular rappers.
You think so?
Really?
Yes. In the 90s, Cole would be cool, Kendrick would be cool, and Drake would be cool. They would not. Everybody rapped in my decade. Like think about the.
Well, the three that you have is kind of hard to beat. I'm thinking Jay, Nas, and Big.
First of all, you're not even fucking with them.
That's what I'm saying.
You're not fucking with them. But those are top tier. But when you start going down and you just start talking about rappers, it's a lot of them. The Eminems, the fucking the Rakims, the Big Daddy Kanes, the fucking, you know what I mean? Like, everybody rapped in my era because they cared about being dope rappers.
I think Cole can hold his ground against some of those dudes you just mentioned.
Man, listen.
I
love Cole. I love Cole. I love Cole. I think because of what they're surrounded in, the shit that everybody else has to listen to makes them look that special. Okay, well, answer this. So it's 3 motherfuckers you could talk about when you say spitting lyrics and MCing in 2023. It was way more than 3 motherfuckers in the 90s.
That's true.
Pac, Big,
But
Jay-Z.
you're saying those three.
I'm saying we had more than 3.
You're saying those 3 would be average, cool.
I'm saying in the 90s, that would have been, it wouldn't have been so special because everybody, if your record came out, you at least had one dope record.
Yeah.
Because we just talked about it. Some of these motherfuckers are still getting calls now for that one dope record.
I mean, he's talking about like, even if you look at Wu-Tang, Method Man was crazy, Coogee Rap, all of these kind of like, they weren't like the crossover biggest motherfuckers, but they were still nasty.
Right, they was Jizza was nasty.
You couldn't even say nothing really. Like even like OC or Organized Confusion, Pharoah Monch, like there was just a lot of motherfuckers.
It was a lot of motherfuckers that could just Mos, Kweli. It was a lot of motherfuckers that was just dope MCs because that's all they were thinking about.
Yeah.
And because that's all that was around us. It's like, I got to be dope as so-and-so or so-and-so or else I'm not even going to get heard.
But even I would say Cole would still be dope.
Cole would be dope.
Here's the thing. I'm not saying that he wouldn't be dope.
But
I'm just saying he wouldn't be as celebrated.
You made it sound like he was C-average
I was saying,
rapper.
no, I'm not saying he's a C-average rapper. I'm not saying he wouldn't have been the greatest in my fucking era.
But you know why
I mean, your era was tough.
You know why? You know, there's another thing there's another thing that's involved though, is that they don't have the competition that's trying to make them better.
I mean, yeah.
If you had Cole, Kendrick, and Drake in the 90s battling against all those greats, they would have been even more greater, I feel like.
I'm not saying that they wouldn't have been, but a couple of them would have lost.
Yeah.
A couple of them would have got swept in the first round.
I don't know if swept is the right word.
Okay, because here's the thing.
In the first round.
Here's the thing.
You're doing this Michael Jordan, LeBron James argument.
No, because Jamie, you're talking about 3 dudes that are so nice in this era.
But they've been doing it for almost 15 years.
And?
Consecutive. Who in the 90s did it for 15 years consecutive?
Jay, Nas,
Yeah.
Wu, Pac. Like, come on, bro.
Pac only had about 10. And I'm a big Pac fan, but he only had about 10 due to his demise.
Okay.
However,
I just heard I Get Around last night. Damn, that's crazy.
Yeah. No, but
crazy, bro.
But he only had like a 10-year. Like this is albums just dropping.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing, and we just had this conversation. I'm a huge Kendrick fan. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that, and I'm just saying.
I think Kendrick could keep up with a Jay-Z and an album drop sales.
But here's the thing: you're talking about 3 people that were influenced by all of the motherfuckers that I named. That's the only reason they rap like they rap now, because of the people who rap then. They not rapping like. Disrespect to the trap rappers and this, that, and the third. They rapping like the dudes who inspired them, and it's only 3 of them in 2023. You don't think that's crazy?
I mean, it's just, you could be saying the same shit like, "Oh, we shot the fadeaway better." Yeah, you created the fadeaway for sure, but
I didn't perfect it. Well, here's the thing. Your era, this era, your 2023, you got 3 dope MCs.
Yes.
I had way more in my
I'm
era.
not going to lie. You had one of the tougher releases in album history. You had to go up against Pac and the Fugees.
Yeah, there's no way I was fucking winning.
Yeah, so I understand the competition level.
Shit.
But however, you can't, I don't know, I take it to offense where I'm like, you can't call them,
I'm not saying
good.
they bums and they lazy. I'm not saying that. They're first of all, Drake is fucking huge. Drake is a pop star at this point, but the boy can rap. Like at some point, all 3 of them have said something that I've been like, "Ooh, that's a cold bar."
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like I've said it, so you don't get that far without the Jay-Z's and the Nas's going, "Nah, he cold. He killed that joint." You know what I'm saying? Like at some point, your peers, you start to see you start hearing little whispers, and then you're like, you pay attention to them, and then you hear them, and you're like, oh shit, it's for real. Yeah, but everybody in most of the motherfuckers in my era was nice because they cared about being nice.
Who's your top 3 of all time? All time.
Rakim is first.
Rakim.
I'm not
always.
Rakim's
Kane is second.
Kane
Kane is second. I want to say Black Thought is probably third.
You putting Kane before Thought?
No. I say he's second.
Oh, I thought
Kane is second.
Yeah, you putting him before Black Thought?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And
I don't know.
And Tariq can tell you that. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I don't know. He's just humble because he's such an amazing fucking rapper. And yes, Big Daddy Kane was.
He's a walking hip hop superhero.
He's a fucking alien. So for you to put, I understand Rakim, but for you to put fucking Big Daddy Kane before him, I'm like, yeah.
Sorry.
How do you feel about the new era of female rappers like taking over right now?
I feel like they should let me write some more records for them.
Wait, he said some more. No.
Listen, man, I got tons of records. Like, it's so crazy that we were talking about toxicity in songs, and you know,
You were probably responsible for some of those.
Yeah.
the crazy part, I remember somebody saying, "Oh, like they were like, oh, all these women rap about is fucking their box and how wet it is and how they can ride it all night in their sex game and my I had you hard and and dudes like, yo, you know it's a fucking dude writing all that shit, right?
Yeah.
I was like, yo, shut the fuck up.
It's you, John T. Austin, and it's all you motherfuckers.
Oh my god!
Listen, I didn't say that I wrote anything. I'm just saying, like, hey,
I love that. I'm not saying, I'm not denying.
I'm not saying, just, you know.
I love
You know,
Skillz, man.
it's funny when you see those songs.
Wait, so like these female rappers, is it that they're just writing their own shit and then like they don't know that there's ghostwriters available? Their team don't know?
No. Sometimes you just get in the room and they're like, oh, we working for so and so, or so and so's looking for hooks, or da da da. That's the thing now. That's probably the reason why a lot of the rappers are, a lot of the songs are so crazy, because it's almost like, yeah, they're not really taking direction, because what's happening with these kids now. They seeing how much money they missing out on, and it's like, no, I write all my own shit. I want to write all my songs. Like, okay, that's why they sound like shit. You might need some help.
It's actually greed, then, huh?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. It's almost like, yeah, your songs sound like shit. But if you wrote so what do you want? You want to. And this is no disrespect. I'm gonna say this. So if I'm just putting this out there, you want 100% of fucking a Maya song, or do you want fucking 50% of a Beyonce song? Because think about, you want fucking 10% of Cuff It, or do you want 10% of that song that fucking K Michelle just put out? There's no disrespect to them. I'm just saying they're not on Beyonce's level.
I'm going ahead.
Yeah.
10% off the Cuff It.
You know what I mean? So it's almost like sometimes it's just recognizing that I might need some help. Or you just hear some shit, you're like, yo, that's me. That's my vibe. I fuck with that. All right, shit, go and try it. You know what I mean? Like, we might get there. Nobody gets there by themselves. You know what I'm saying? It usually takes a team or some help from somewhere. So
it's also a lot of these female rappers that are out right now. I feel like it's the early stage of their career where they kind of like, they got so many ideas and they got so much shit they want to get off their chest. Yeah. That they wouldn't call you yet, maybe till like the second or third album or something. Yeah. Or is that too late? Or do you always...
Well, you only get 2 or 3 albums out of them before they start thinking they can do it by themselves anyway. And that's most artists.
Really?
Yes. Hell yeah. You always notice how motherfuckers break up after the third shit, second shit? And I don't just mean R&B or hip hop. I'm just saying in general. It's like the team breaks up. You know what I mean? And it's like, we don't need you. It's like, it's not we don't need you anymore, but it's almost like,
I got it.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm not saying this in no way regard, but it's almost like at some point Andre and Stax was like, yo, we could do this shit ourselves. Not saying we don't need organized noise.
Yeah.
But bro, we could do this shit ourselves. We learned enough from them. We're gonna try to do this shit on our own. Then you get elevators.
And sometimes they got it and sometimes they don't.
And sometimes they hit and sometimes they don't.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you get to that third album and it's like,
yeah.
It's like, damn, you didn't even chart.
Yeah. It's like the case of the artist actually learning and absorbing with the producers and writers they were working with.
Yeah.
Or it's the like delusional artist who hasn't been hands-on at all, but somehow in their head didn't realize the magic that they had, right?
Right.
Yeah.
So they just kind of, and then people around them were like gassing them up. So they're like, oh, I could do this all myself. And then they realized, oh shit, I actually had magic before I had a magic team.
Magic before I had that.
Right.
I had a good squad.
That's crazy.
Not every fucking member in NSYNC is going to make an album. But it's a Joey Fatone record out there.
He cold.
You know what I'm saying? But it ain't justified.
Did you write it?
It's not justified.
It's not justified. It's a JC Chazé's album out there.
Yeah, I've heard that. Yeah,
But it didn't.
it didn't.
You know what I mean?
It didn't cry me a river.
He had that one R&B joint. I forgot what it was. We were trying to play that shit.
It didn't.
I think Kelly Rowland or somebody was on it.
Ooh, boy. And here's the thing. If you take shots, you're going to miss some. Nobody's going to hit them all. You know what I'm saying? But that's when you kind of know, like, oh, okay, cool.
Are there artists that you've worked with that are like, yo, we can't work unless Skillz is in the room? Like, because he has that magic that...
Well, he's part of the team, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, just the team. Like, that hasn't been like that in a while. Like, it's been a lot of new artists, but because a lot of the people that I've done things with, they might not be as active anymore. Or, the record deal ain't there if you do anything. It's like, it's my own label.
But even labels, like, they would like, you need Skillz in the room because X, Y, and Z will work better.
Yeah, I mean, that's happened before. The track record speaks for itself. Like, people be like, oh, let's get him. Like, he did songs. Like, oh, shit, okay, cool. You know what I mean? It's almost like they got to sell it to him. I don't have to sell myself to artists no more. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm at a point now where if I write a song, I just connect with the artist. Because it's such a thing where it's almost like the A&Rs, it ain't no more A&Rs. It's the manager and it's the fucking friend. And they never fucking know. So it's like, yo, we working on songs. So I run into the homie who's just been there from day one. Yo, we working on songs, so we got to get some shit from you. Okay, what y'all looking for? Yo, we need ballads, man. We need ballads. We got enough ups. All right, cool. All right, now I'll send you some ballads and shit. I might have some shit laying around, or I'll try to cook some shit. Then you run into the artist and they say the exact opposite. Yo, man, I need a fucking up, bro. I got like 4 ballads. I need some up-tempo shit. And you're like, I'd rather hear no from the artist.
Is that hard?
Not if you know the artist.
Yeah, I was gonna say
that's as quick as a text message. Yo, here's this joint. You fucking with it? Oh, bro, this is crazy. Send me the files. Or, yeah, this ain't the vibe we on. All right, what y'all on? I send you something. Or come by the stew. I'll play you some shit.
But it's always like an emergency a little bit, right?
Sometimes, yeah, because you want to end up. You want to be there.
Yeah.
But sometimes you just got to realize it's not.
Because they realize like they're missing 2 or 3 songs that is going to complete that album.
Because the last thing you want to do is make some shit and perform some shit that, or make some shit that you end up having to perform that you're not even 100% on.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we were just talking earlier. I was like, shit, what if I fucking around and do have to fucking sing Dance For Me? You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, it's crazy how Skillz did that shit. There's some auto-tune +9 on that shit.
Yeah.
Now, bro, he has to fucking go out and sing that shit.
Yeah.
That shit charted, bro. It's different. It's like, is that... So I never put out anything that I'm not 100% behind. And no artist should.
I mean, yeah.
Is there a new artist that you really love? Like, actually, is there a new female or male artist that you really love? You love what they do, and you would just like to work with them and just kind of like...
Tweak something?
Yeah, just like tinker them and guide them a little bit more, and you'd be like, yo, they're already great, but I could just take that shit, like... We could make some amazing
just polish
shit together.
it up. Yeah.
Like a Doja Cat.
I like Doja Cat. Because like I told you, I love Doja Cat.
And you would just like to see her process,
yeah,
maybe,
you know
right?
what I'm saying? Just how she writes.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
so is that the one you think?
Yeah.
Doja Cat?
I love Doja Cat. You know what I'm saying? And just to see her fucking on her live listening to fucking Little Brother one day, I was floored because I'm like, oh shit.
Yeah, that was crazy.
You know Fonte and Pooh?
Yep.
What?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, and that was the video. She was talking shit to people like, this is what I want to make.
Yeah.
I want to make Little Brother shit.
Right.
I love Little Brother.
Yeah.
And she's like, that's when she was sick of like all the pop shit that she was making. Yeah.
But the pop shit, man,
it's so good.
It's so good. And
so
sometimes it's, it's like we almost get into a place of where we come into, they come into our world, but we never get into theirs. And when you do get into theirs, you can never come back.
I mean, do you think that's happening right now with her? Kind of. It definitely is.
Yeah.
This album was definitely her being like, this is what I want to do.
Because when we y'all had Jermaine on the pod, y'all have had other people on the pod. So when I think about like executives and people who've made music and put music into the atmosphere, when was the last time we had a who do you ever think was the biggest black executive in pop music?
Pop music, let me think.
I don't mean artists.
Yeah, like it got to be L.A. Reid, right? One of them. No.
Jamie goes to the phone.
Yeah, it's.
I'm gonna tell you who I think. You know what I mean? But I think
L.A. Reid or Russell or like one of them. No,
Russell was hip hop.
Okay.
Yeah, it has to be it's an Interscope. I forgot his name.
Who? Steve Stout?
Steve Stout was in there.
Yeah, no. Neither one of these motherfuckers, L.A. Reid or Stout, have accomplished what Berry Gordy did.
I mean,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And we haven't had a black executive in pop music that big since.
Yeah, because Tim's done pop, but he's been the producer. He's not been an executive.
It's almost like they'll come over here, but we never get to go over there. You know what I'm saying? And I've always had a disdain for artists who maybe not be of the culture from the jump, and then they'll make a cool little hip hop record, and then it pops over here, and then the next thing I know, they're a fucking rock star or they're a pop star. You know what I mean? And it's almost like, damn, did you just use hip hop to get fucking noticed? Because it's like if I sat down with you and I'm like, all right, man, like, you know, fucking, who'd you like when you grow up? Like you probably checked out like Chuck D in your day. And motherfuckers like, Chuck D, who's that?
I feel like you're talking about Post Malone because that's what it sounds.
Just saying. Just saying.
Pretty close.
I remember
Post Malone, but
I remember White Iverson.
Yeah.
I remember it.
And that shit was
never heard nothing again
like that
of that nature. But when Lil Wayne makes a rock album, y'all don't fucking, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Wayne don't get that far over there.
I mean, even SZA's last album, that's pop in the most sense.
Just because you hear it on pop radio.
No, well, I mean, the writer and producer that was behind that was Benny. And he's
Blanco?
Yeah. And he did like 4 records on that, and he's a pop dude.
Yeah, Benny's pop all day.
I mean, there's certain songs on there that definitely like some Dido shit, you know, like it definitely.
I remember Dido.
Remember Dido?
Yeah.
It was just like, you know, it's like it sounds like a, you know, alternative
Just
R&B
but just
pop,
think about
right?
it. We've never had anybody.
Yeah. I was thinking Steve Stout because he was in Interscope for that mid-2000s.
The biggest
pop.
You know. And it's almost like once you start over there, you never can come back to us.
But
Flo Rida can't just fucking come back. He never was here. You see what I'm saying?
That's true.
So if Flo Rida started with fucking how he started, you can't just, and that's a black man who's successful in music, that he just chose to make that type of music and it worked for him. But I'm just saying, like, if he put out a record tomorrow with T.I. or some shit, we wouldn't even fucking bat an eye at that shit.
That is true.
Like, what are you doing over here? Like,
Get your Wild Ones asshole.
right. And why is that?
You're saying like, why can't a black artist do pop music and then come back and do quote unquote black music?
Right. Once I'm saying they cross the street, we never let them back.
I mean, even if I look at like Pitbull, right? Pitbull kind of went one direction and he just never.
Pitbull put that fucking suit on and said, fuck all y'all.
Right.
And I was never mad at him because Pitbull is from the culture.
But that's actually like something he actually wanted to do.
Yes.
Because he stuck with it.
From day one, he was saying Mr. Worldwide.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't I want to be the biggest in Miami. It was I want to be worldwide.
Yeah. It's a 305.
You know what I mean? It was 305 worldwide. Like he came up under Luke and them. So that was the jump. So nobody ever looked at him like, oh, he wasn't. You know what I'm saying?
You know who's a rapper that kind of did that and like they can kind of come back, but not really? It's like Wiz Khalifa. A little bit, right?
Yeah.
He kind of teeters that.
I'm not, yeah.
He teeters that line a little bit.
Yeah, because
but he can't really make those like those like hip hop records.
Because sometimes you get so far, you get so far down the street that once you're in icon status, you can do whatever the fuck you want to do. Snoop Dogg can do whatever the fuck you want.
Yeah, he does a lot of shit.
Drake did a great job of juggling that though, juggling pop and then coming back and doing like
He was official pop star.
Yeah.
And Drake would hop on a record with the new up and coming.
Right.
You know, he hop on with Migos, hop on with Yachty. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he always remembered to do that. You know what I mean? And that was calculated. That's why I always say it was calculated. Who's the hot person that got that hot record coming up? I'm going to get him on a verse, do a remix. And Drake could just hop on your shit without you even knowing.
And then just
And the
comes
next
out.
thing you know, you're like, yo, fucking Drake's on my song. It's a TikTok video. Yeah. And then Drake, somebody from OVO DMs you like, yeah, you fuck with your shit, bro. You really want to. These kids still get excited about Drake.
Yeah,
Right,
the
right.
cosign.
You know what I'm saying? They co-sign. And here's the thing. Speaking about cosigns, I had this conversation with a friend of mine the other day. Who was the last rapper that turned into a major hip hop star that didn't have a cosign?
I want to say Jay, but I may be wrong.
Z? Jay-Z?
Yeah, Jay-Z.
Wow. Think about how long ago that's been. Because we
50
were just
had Eminem.
Yep. We were just
The
talking
Game-
about your three.
The game had 50.
you said like a bona fide pop star.
Oh no, a hip hop star,
hip hop
artist.
star.
Yeah,
And he
Kendrick
could have made trap music, whatever. Think about it.
Kendrick had Dre, Cole had Jay, Drake had Wayne.
Yep.
Wayne had Baby in them.
Well, but you talking about like icon motherfuckers. You talking about anybody that would have like a couple hits or
No,
no?
we're talking about
I'm talking about just a
Icon.
hip hop star.
Star.
I can't think.
Yachty.
Jay might be the last one.
Jay-Z. Nas?
Damn, Nas was before. He came out
Yeah,
before
he was,
Jay.
yeah. I'm trying to. 50 had Eminem. Eminem had Dre.
Shit.
See, I don't know. That can't be right though.
I'm telling you.
That can't be right.
I mean,
Alright.
think about it. I mean, think about it. In the 2000s, from 01 to 03, whenever Jay-Z went out, he was the biggest one. And then Wayne came out, but Wayne from 05 to
Yeah.
like 09, Wayne had that on lock.
Jamie can get his little phone
And
he can type in the top 25 rappers.
And then Drake
in
had-
the last 25 years.
Drake, Cole, and
All of
Kendrick
them
came
have
out
a
from
cosign.
09 to now. Yeah,
There isn't one.
Jay-Z's the one. Jay-Z, Nas.
Jay-Z was the last rapper to get into the game and become a major star and not have a cosign. That's crazy.
Yeah,
Kanye had a cosign.
that was Jay.
You know what I'm saying?
I was gonna
Yeah.
say 50, but 50 had
50
Eminem
had
and
50
Drake.
had the 50 had the cosign of life.
Yeah.
The craziest cosign.
That's probably
Ja
the best
Rule?
cosign in the last 20
What
years.
about Ja
$1
Rule?
million, $1 million deal. That was crazy.
Ja Rule?
He was on the first time we heard Ja Rule, he was on a fucking Jay-Z record. Which was really Ja Rule's record.
DMX came before,
DMX.
before or after?
Did DMX have a cosign? No. DMX just came out of nowhere.
And he came out the same year as Jay, though. So, I mean, it's,
No. Jay came out in 96.
so did DMX. He
No,
dropped
DMX came out later
DMX.
When
was
did he
late.
drop those 2 albums?
in 98.
Yeah, late '90s.
DMX,
DMX. That was, damn, was DMX the last rapper without a cosign?
because Eminem came after him. Busta Rhymes, I mean, he's been...
Yeah, Busta Rhymes been.
Because DMX put Rough Riders on the map. He
It was
he
different
led
energy.
his team, right?
Because he came
Wait.
in the middle of the
And
jiggy.
also
I got it.
he-
T.I.
T.I.
T.I. didn't have a cosign. And he's in the 2000s.
Did Jeezy have a cosign? No, he didn't.
Jeezy. I mean, Jeezy's
No,
up there.
Jeezy's cosign was BMF.
And I mean,
Street shit, yeah.
Jay-Z as well.
I didn't even know
Rick
that.
Ross had Jay-Z.
Ross had Jay-Z?
Nah.
Yeah. He had him. Yeah, he signed him.
You
But
talking
that-
every
that-
damn hustler?
But that was through
Def Jam.
Syph. That was through Syph.
No. Jay-Z signed Ross.
Yeah, but that was through Syph. Syph found Rick Ross first.
Damn.
He was Dolo.
So was it Ross?
It might have been.
I'm trying to think. So Ross,
yeah, Ross found that record.
Ross came in with no.
05.
It wasn't like a Kanye to Jay or Baby to Wayne.
But you know what's funny? Like anyone that came up by themselves started their crew,
Yeah.
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So everyone that came up, like DMX had Rough Riders, right?
Mm-hmm.
Ross had Maybach Music.
Well, Triple C.
So you just have to look at the motherfuckers that have their own crew and how they
Yeah.
started that shit.
Yeah.
You know, who started QC? Was it Migos? Who came up?
QC label.
Migos was
All
the
them
first
motherfuckers.
artist.
Migos.
Yeah.
They was
But
the
Migos-
first-
But Migos
Migos
is under
got-
Gucci.
Yeah.
Migos is under Gucci.
They was Gucci
Was
had
it?
them first. Yeah.
Gucci
Walker
put
was
on.
under Gucci. So what Future was Dungeon?
So Gucci is definitely.
But Future kind of wasn't Dungeon because it was a whole different Future. When Future was under
Future didn't have a coach.
when Future was under fucking Organized, he was Meathead.
Yeah, he was me here.
His name was Meathead.
That's the most pause. That's the most Ayo name I've heard in a minute. Yo. Pause.
Oh wait, Ludacris too, right? He didn't have
Scarface.
kinda,
He was on DTP South.
but
No, he was on Def Jam South. I said it wrong. He's on Def Jam South.
wait, who was on D?
So wait, here's a good one. Who's the first rapper to start putting on other rappers? Was it Biz?
Yeah.
Bismarck.
Yeah.
He was the first
I think so.
to just like start his own crew and like.
Well, Biz
and
was
do
just
that.
part of a crew. He didn't
Yeah.
start the Juice crew. But they didn't even Biz got denied from being in so many different crews.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And
Rest
but
in
he
peace,
was maybe
Bismarck.
rest in
for sure.
peace.
What year was
Bismarck.
that?
Shit, that was
Shit,
89, 87.
Yeah.
Cause Biz put Kane on.
Was that before NWA? Sorry.
Yeah, NWA was 89.
Biz put so many
88.
motherfuckers on.
Yeah, Biz put a lot of people on.
He was maybe the first, right?
He was definitely in that era of putting a lot of people on.
Yeah.
Helping. Because I think back then it was just like help. You know what I'm saying? Like you do something for me, I do something for you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
Did you see the Bismarcky documentary?
yeah, I did.
What'd you think of it?
Um,
I've been talking to a lot of people.
Right.
There's a lot of mixed reviews.
I definitely had mixed feelings about it. I
Yeah.
enjoyed it. It was a couple parts of it that I didn't enjoy.
Right. Was it the hospital scene?
I mean, if we
Yeah.
I didn't really. That was weird.
I've heard a lot of like, because it's the crazy thing is when we look back on Biz, right? Mm-hmm. We think of so many fond memories and like,
Yeah.
he was just like such a good dude.
Yes.
And then he was such a legend. Mm-hmm. And then when you tell his story, you want it to be like, you want to love the story.
Yeah.
You know, like when you see that doc, you want to love everything. So when I saw the doc, I loved it.
Right.
And when I saw the scenes with his wife in the hospital, I was like, that's touching.
Right.
And I was like, wow, she really looked out for him. And then I started talking to motherfuckers in New York that was kind of around some of this shit.
Wow.
And they were telling me like some foul ass nasty shit that was going on, some shit on the side that like, like she wasn't letting nobody see him in the hospital. That, like there was a lot of accusations.
Right.
That like, like he would like, I don't know, man. Like he would have hated those scenes in his documentary.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I get that.
But it also like the way it was showcased after they talked to me, it was almost like those scenes in the documentary was an alibi for her.
oh wow.
Oh, that's insane.
Yeah.
I don't want to go too deep into
Right.
the shit, but it was almost like they were insinuating that, she kind of wanted to get rid of him,
For the money?
take him out the picture.
No, that's crazy.
That
it's
is
That's
crazy.
why I didn't.
I definitely heard, she wouldn't let people see him. But, and this, I don't know her. You know what I mean? I knew Biz, but even in her defense, like, Biz knew a lot of motherfuckers. Mm-hmm. She doesn't know a lot of motherfuckers.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's no different now if, I'm saying if something happened to one of you guys or whatever, or me, it's people in my life that don't even know y'all. You know what I mean? So you might make a call like, yo, this is crooked, da-da-da-da. Like, I don't know who you are, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not saying you don't have a relationship with him, but yeah, nah. And you like, yo, she won't even let me sing. It could have been that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, the
and
private life shit.
Biz knew everybody. I'm sure she didn't know half of the people that Biz knew.
I mean,
But-
apparently she knew these motherfuckers. She knew,
okay.
like she knew how important these motherfuckers were to Biz.
Yeah, your girl's gonna know your day-to-day.
She gonna
Yeah.
know, like, yo, like these motherfuckers go to like brunch
Yeah, that's
every
different.
week.
Yeah, that's different.
You know what
now,
I'm saying?
somebody from the fucking 9th grade calls.
Yeah.
No, yeah.
And I never brought him up, and she's like, "Yeah, I'm sorry."
Because I saw that document, I was like, man, like it made me feel good. And then when I talked to motherfuckers, I was like, whoa, this is some crazy shit. Like,
yeah,
that
it definitely.
document.
It was those scenes definitely were a little, kind of threw me off. I was just like, just because just knowing him, I wasn't sure that he would be all right with that,
with those scenes, right?
So, but that's family business. I'm not
Right.
related to him. Not part of that. Was his wife, and I just want to keep good memories of Biz because that's all we all have good memories.
Isn't that the hardest part though? Like, is that we want to, we like these motherfuckers. I know them. They don't want to fucking think these. They don't want to say these things.
Right.
But they just like they coming to me emotional, like, yo, man, like you don't know what happened, like this and that, and I'm like, I feel like sometimes motherfuckers just need someone to blame.
Yeah.
Oh
hell yeah.
Because they don't want to believe that
the lie is way more entertaining than the truth. Always.
It's difficult, man.
Yeah.
But
for sure.
Yeah, I was very curious to know what your take on that.
Yeah, I peeped it.
The documentary was.
I wasn't. I saw it. I watched it once, and yeah, it was what it was.
Damn, we got to start getting close with his, with
his fans. I gotta be cool with your girls.
Yo, y'all look crazy.
You gotta be cool with my girl.
Yeah, we all gotta meet each other's girls.
Because I want you to be at the hospital. No, speaking to
He gonna write you a cheer up freestyle.
Yeah. I go to
Come
the
on,
desk.
Jenny, put your 1-2 step in. I'm like,
go to the desk and be like, "What's your name again? Who you here to see?" I'm like, "I'm here to see Meathead."
Nah, that
crazy.
It was kind of like crazy for me to watch that because to me, Biz, Run DMC, Rakim, and NWA was like, to me, that's the poster of hip hop.
Yeah.
And when I think of hip hop, I think of those people.
Yeah.
Especially Biz he was
a glue. And to watch Rakim get emotional, I've never seen that.
Yeah, it was crazy.
That was
because
Rakim. I had to rewind that. I've never seen that.
Yeah, bro.
You know what I'm saying? In my life, and I knew they were cool, but I didn't know they were that. I didn't know Biz had done those things that he did in his career. So that was insane to me.
To me, Biz was the face and like the character, like the mascot of hip hop.
Yeah.
So it was kind of tough watching that shit.
And the one thing I loved about Biz is, the child, he kept the child in him alive.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And
it's not to say that he was childish and he didn't handle his business and he was always running around and everything was a joke and it was funny. It wasn't that. He definitely took care of his business. He was a grown man, but he kept the child in himself alive.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people can take a page from that. You know what I'm saying? The innocence of being a child.
It's funny, I was talking with Neva about it, and he was the same as you. He's like, man, what the fuck are those puppets doing in there? Like, why the fuck is, like, we got puppets in this motherfucker?
Yeah.
Like, for him, he was, like, really, like, annoyed with that shit.
Yeah, a lot of people were.
Yeah.
A lot of people were.
Man, like, Skillz, everything you've been doing this year for hip-hop and everything, like, there's a reason why people are calling you to be a part of this. And I feel like you've been such a great ambassador for hip-hop, and also keeping the craft of rapping like at a higher standard.
Right.
And I'm sure you get a lot of flowers, but we want to show you. We just want to say thank you.
Oh man, thanks for having me.
For coming through on the podcast. It's always a pleasure.
You always come through. You always hang out.
Yeah.
Every time you're in
It's
town,
always a vibe, man.
Yeah.
or in LA, you're always down to hang out with us and shit. So
Yeah, for sure. Anytime y'all want me, bro, I'm always down.
I gotta ask you this because I have to ask you this. Are we getting a wrap up this year?
Absolutely not.
Okay.
All right.
One of these days, we're gonna need like a theme song for R.O.A.D podcast.
Of course.
Can you write it?
Yeah.
We'll give you 100% publishing.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna take that anyway.
Yeah,
You gotta use the auto tune at 9.
I'm gonna take that in.
Yeah, what was it called? What's the name of the group?
The Bop God.
No.
The group that I'm in, it doesn't exist.
Yeah.
I'm the lead singer of Nodeci.
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 I'm trying out. Like the
Yeah,
voice.
we need a guy.
You need the Latin sensation.
Yeah, we need a Latin sensation. I need that Latin money.
Oh my god,
Suave, man.
the new Chromeo. There we go.
All right, man.
Skillz, man. Thank you, man.
Thank you, brother.
Nah, thank you, bro. Appreciate y'all.
If you want to watch more episodes from R.O.A.D Podcast, click either links on the left or the right. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube page and get updated on new uploads throughout the week. Peace.